Welcome to your daily focus for December the 8th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we begin, thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now let's see what the energy is going to be for us today. Four of Cups. Four of Cups is our very first card. Now this is building our foundations. This is being grateful for what we already have in our lives, a gratitude, and a gratitude for what is to come as well. The Lovers. So relationships, deepening relationships, growing relationships, making them stronger. Partnerships, alliances, and the World card. So we are creeping up on a full moon in Gemini, aren't we? So the World card is telling us that we are ready to move forward. We have learned the wisdom that we need in order to go forward on our path. That we already hold that inside of us. Well, we had a card turnover, evaluation, 30. So 3 is our creativity, absolutely. Evaluation, are we using our creativity in a way that brings value to our life? Highlights our abilities, our talents, highlights us as individuals. Where can we become more creative? I heard in our lovemaking. So it could be in order to grow those relationships. But it could be in the job, it could be in the community, it could be in the home. So we'll put that back in the deck. And we have success, 11. A master number for today. Success. And there's that lion again at the very bottom. I don't know if you can see him or not. So I think it's a very positive day for us. Four of Cups. Be grateful for what you have. This is a day to give thanks. Give thanks for what has been in your life, what is now in your life, and what is about to come in your life. I saw a saying once, and I know I'm really paraphrasing this really badly, but it was, what if you woke up this morning with only the things you were grateful for yesterday? And when you think of it along those lines, you start to realize that you have eyes to see and ears to hear, a voice to speak, legs to stand on, a pillow to lay your head at night. And then we can grow it from there. Also, you know, we're doing affirmations, we're asking for things to come into our life. And I use the example of the child who asked their parents for something because they want it, they have to have it, they're going to die without it. And the parents go out and they get it because they want to bring in joy, they want to bring in happiness in their child's life. Of course they do. And within a day or two, they see it broken or laying in the corner. It never even came out of the box. It's still in the bag. And the child comes up and says, I want, I need, I must have. I'm going to die if I don't have this. Now, how reluctant do you think the parents will be in getting that next item for that child? Because they didn't appreciate, they weren't grateful for what they already had. And when we start to build a gratitude in our lives, an everyday gratitude for the people, for the love, for the joy. And yes, we need to be grateful even for those hard lessons because it gave us wisdom, it gave us empowerment, courage, determination. We don't get those things by having fun. We get those by walking through our lessons and learning. So today is the day to be grateful for what you already have in your life, but I think also to give thanks for the things that you expect to come into your life, as if they are already present. Now we have the Lovers right in the middle, so it could be a lot about relationships, deepening relationships. growing relationships, bonds, partnerships, alliances. Maybe we need to be grateful for our relationships in our life. Maybe we need to pick up the phone and phone somebody that we haven't talked to in a long time. Maybe we need to touch base with somebody. Maybe we need to spend more quality time within the relationship and less quantity. Coming home from work and turning on the TV and grunting at each other is not quality time. It's quantity, but it's not quality. Turn off the TV, spend time together. Talk, communicate, talk about your dreams. Talk about how you're grateful for each other. And I almost saw that as a scale there. So it may be that we need to bring the balance in because fours are about balance, security. And maybe it's growing that security. Maybe it's bringing in that balance that needs to be. Maybe we haven't really been present in the relationship and we need to be. Or maybe the other person hasn't been, so we need to have a conversation about that. Maybe one is giving more than the other and we need to make it a little bit more even, fair play, compromise. We have the World card here. Now the World card says that we have come full circle, that we have taken in the lessons, we've learned the wisdom that we need in order to go forward. And we are ready to step onto elevated paths. We are ready to go to the next phase, the next journey, the next adventure, the next relationship, the next job, the next career. But there are usually loose ends that we need to tidy up. There is closure, there is healing that needs to be done, there is endings that need to be done, there is completions. And I heard we need to get rid of the clutter. We need to simplify so that we are not weighed down on new paths, so that we can have that vitality, so we can have that bounce in our step, so we can feel the freedom, the liberation that we have been working so hard to gain in the first place. Success is at hand. Now, the one thing I did see here is the trumpet player up above. You know, if you hear a horn going off, a siren, a beep, a bell going, an instrument playing, especially, you know, brass or something, a brass instrument, pay close attention to what you were thinking of or what was happening in your life, because that could be a definite clue from your angels, your spirit guides, God, the universe, source, to make you really pay attention to those thoughts or what you just saw or what you just experienced. And it's kind of highlighting it for you. So pay attention to that. I think that may be important today, but this is about success. This is about moving forward. This is about bringing harmony in our lives, cooperation with others. And twos, you know, we want the harmony, we want the cooperation, but there's a balance that needs to be worked out in order for that to happen. 2 isn't the most stable of numbers. 4 is a stable number. But if you can imagine building a house on only 2 points instead of 4 points, you're not going to have much of a house, are you? Or if you build a house and you've only got it on 2 stilts or something, it's not going to stand. It's going to fall very easily. So we need to bring in the balance. We need to bring in the strength into relationships today, into jobs, into careers, in our stature of the community or maybe within the home, in our close relationships, our friendships, our twin flame, our love life. And there can be success today if we ground ourselves. And I think it all starts with being grateful for what we already have in our life and paying attention to what we already have. I don't think a day goes by where I don't give up some form of gratitude. And it may be fast, and it may be fleeting, and it may be only a couple of seconds. Other days I take a lot of time doing it. But even on my busiest most chaotic of days. I give up some kind of thanks. Even if it's like, please don't let me be late for this, and I get there on time. Thank you. Thank you for doing that for me. Let's see what our wonderful animals have to say for their message of the day. So I think it's a strong energy day, but I think we need to stay centered. We need to stay grounded. We need to focus on the things that we have in our life and what we want to come into our lives. I think relationships, partnerships, friendships are highlighted today for us, and we can do the most good when we are concentrating in those areas. And look at what you need to declutter in your life, what you need to put a healing or an ending or a closure on, to complete it, to cross it off the list, so that you are not taking that energy forward with you as you start new paths. And I think we can be very successful today. And when we take care of one part of our life, the rest of it comes together so much easily. You know, when we're in love, everything's good, right? When we're happy and content, the world looks a lot brighter to us. It looks like there's more opportunity. There's more cause for celebration. And when we are a low vibration, it's hard to see that. So today is about growing that success. And practice patience. Practice patience. So the wise raven says truthfulness, patience, and believe. Patience is waiting, not passively waiting, that is laziness, but to keep going when the going is hard and slow. That is patience. Raven reminds you that this situation involves a whole lot of patience. A matter that recently arisen is affecting your ability to be truthful with yourself along with others. Raven speaks the truth with love and patience. Don't mind the time or fear running out of time. Instead, believe that what you want to have happen will happen, but it takes time. No matter the category of life that you require patience in, love, finances, career, or health, it would benefit you to not focus on the clock, but instead to work at building a strong foundation around you. It is the right time, and you will know when that time happens, and you will fly again. You may not know all the factors yet that are preventing your wishes from coming true, and you don't need to. You only need to believe that the moon will light the way and help guide Raven to the right place at the right time. So, very much, it's about building a strong foundation around you so that you can fly again. And that's very much the World card. Well, all of them, really. It's all about building the success, building the foundations, and having a patience. Remember, it took you how many years to get to this spot, this period of time. So you can't expect instant. And we live in an instant world. We want it right away. And if we can't afford it, then we put it on a credit card. And then that's how we snowball into now we can't pay the bills. Because it's a want, I gotta have. And if we don't have it right away, we don't even want to go sometimes for the goal, the dream, the desire. If we need a patience, we have very little patience as a society these days to wait for things to manifest in its own time, to grow the relationship slowly, and know that you're going to hit hurdles, and to work through those things. To know that you have to get experience before you can climb the corporate ladder. That they just don't hire the president. They don't hire you when you are 16 or 17 or 18 off the street to become president. That you have to work your way up. That you have to have credentials behind you. That it takes time to build those credentials. So very much like I started with, be grateful for what you have in your life now and what is to come. And I think even Raven said that. Don't mind the time or fear of running out of time. Instead, believe that what you want to have happen will happen, but it will take time. So there's a patience today, but it's definitely one that offers us a great success going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.